Hey dude, yeah, I wore this. And I wore it for an entire week. And I can't wait to tell you about it in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, comment below if you remember that little intro from the olden days. #RoyalRush. This is the best smelling channel on YouTube. I'm James from J-ROYL, and we chat all about fragrances, perfume, cologne, aftershave, whatever the you want to call them. Subscribe if you haven't, because I put out a new video weekly, sometimes even more than that. This segment is called Sotw, which stands for Scent of the Week, where I wear a fragrance for an entire week and I tell you how I felt about it. Sometimes it's a fragrance that's new to me, other times I'll revisit something that I've owned for years. And this is both.
Oh, hell no.
Although I know and love everything from the Dior Homme line, this is Dior Homme 2020. The new reformulation has emerged and caused quite a bit of drama. Reformulations in general get a bad rap because it means change, and in fragrance, change is usually a poo-poo thing. It's not good. Upon first spray, I was immediately able to confirm that this is a change. The original was a true original. It was a men's fragrance that smelled a bit feminine, kind of like baby powder with florals, woods, and a little bit of chocolatiness. Dior had made a bold move because it proved to be a testament to Christian Dior's bold view on what men's perfumery should be. Which brings us to the year 2020. This version takes a step away from the metrosexual, classy, original formulation, and what you instead get is a nice, lighter, mainly fresh smell. If the first Dior Homme was what a man should smell like, the 2020 version is what a man already smells like. And by that I mean it focuses on wood and citrus. Woods. From a creative standpoint, this didn't strike me as a mind-blowing avant-garde release. So it's easy for me to say I was bored and annoyed by its existence. The thing is, when I put it on for the first time, it really piqued my interest. Although it didn't smell like Dior Homme, it didn't smell quite like anything else in my collection. And that leads me into the smell. It smells great. There's not a whole lot I didn't like about it. It's very fresh, masculine, and so damn easy to wear. The opening, despite the reviews online, felt pretty high quality. There was no gagging upon first spray. You know, some of those $5 fragrances that give you an instant migraine when you put them on and you catch a whiff, but not in this case. Dior kills it. I can easily see this being a signature scent that any guy could wear year-round. Compliments!
Excellent.
Yes, I got 2 unsolicited compliments this week from this guy. Thanks, guy. Granted, they were from my fiance, but those are the only compliments I care about. I never really let Leslie know what I'm wearing and try not to bring attention to my cologne. So without prompting her, she said she was a fan. The one caveat that I'll say is that I was only complimented in close quarters within the first 2 hours of application. Leading me to the performance. It seems that Dior Homme 2020 is not a huge performer. It's a bit shy. It was still detectable around 5 or 6 hours on my hand, where I usually do my longevity test, but I stopped catching whiffs around me at the 4-hour mark, and that's with 5 sprays around my neck. Not a super strong showing, in my honest yet humble opinion. People will question why they decided to rebrand a pre-existing line instead of making a new one. Why did they do it? I'm okay with it though, especially considering it's their Homme line, and that tends to be their cornerstone fragrance line for men. So it should honestly reflect their current vision for men's perfumery. All things considered, Dior Homme 2020 seems to reflect where fragrances are going in general. Back when the original version came out, if a guy was wearing an expensive fragrance, he was seen as perhaps artsy, sensitive, and perhaps a bit fabulous.
Opulence.
And the old formulation helped reflect that with the floral component and whatnot. But nowadays, it's very common for us dudes to want to smell fancy. And Dior seems to want to cater to those common dudes with this. Not crazy creative, but still different enough from whatever else is out there. As for me and my collection, I've been happy enough with the common dude fragrances I already own. YSL L'Homme Ultime, Bleu de Chanel EDP, Prada L'Homme Intense. Those are some everyday fragrances that I would rather reach for. As a matter of fact, I think I'd rather wear Dior Homme Original. The 2020 is worth a shot, not a total miss, honestly, but if I were you, I would stock up on the original. Dior's website has rebranded Dior Homme as Dior Homme Original, so you can still grab it while you can. And if you're a fan of the Dior Homme line, I go into more detail on my personal favorites in this lovely list right over here. I'm curious as to what Dior decides to do with the rest of the line, honestly. Hopefully they don't f it up. See you in the next video.